and welcome back if you're one of my amazing subscribers. My name is Nick and I post videos here on my YouTube channel every single week. So go hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it because I make interesting videos that everyone enjoys watching. I think I'm... Anyway, I did a poll on my Instagram stories a few weeks back asking what video you want me to make for my YouTube channel, and it seems like a lot of you want to see me create a font. So that is what I'm going to show you right now. Making a font is really not so simple. You have to design each letter, each character, both the uppercase and the lowercase, as well as the numbers, the symbols, and the special characters. So I created a font a few years back. It is just a simple sans serif font that I use for my lettering composition. So if I'm doing a lettering digitally to speed up the process and get consistency on my letters, I use the font that I made to add in the supporting words to my digital lettering composition. So if you're going to create a font, you'll be limited to using it only on digital work. So the font that I made previously is very old, so I thought I'll make a new one and share it with you right now on my YouTube video. Here are the steps on how to make your own font. Step number 1 is to design your characters. So for this project, I'm going to design a font specifically for my personal use. So I'll be making a font that consists only of uppercase letters because I mostly just use uppercase letters. I also won't do the symbols and numbers because I don't really use them a lot. If I'm going to do a lettering composition with numbers and symbols, I'll just manually add them to it. Another thing about the font that I'll be making, it is going to be a raster font. I'm not going to vectorize each letter because it takes so much time to do that process, and I don't really need to scale up these letters really big because so far I don't have like a billboard project, so I don't really need to make my font scalable to that size. I'm not lazy, I just prefer not to waste my time on something that I won't really need. I don't know why I felt the need to defend myself on that. Anyway, for the font that I'll make, I'm going to design or draw my letters on paper because I'm more comfortable with using the pen and paper. But if you want to create your own font and you're more comfortable designing your letters straight digitally, then you could do that to save the step of digitizing your work later on. So the first step again is to design your characters, and that is what I'm going to show you right now. Wait. You may be wondering, Nick, what are you doing right now? You don't look like letters. So let me just quickly explain what I'm doing right now. When making a font, you want all of your letters to look consistent. So I'm making some skeleton or some guides, templates for my letters so that when I'm going to draw my letters later, they will have uniform size, uniform thickness. You'll see how I'm going to use these guides later in the process. Now back to the process. And we're back! So here is the alphabet that I created. It is all caps from A to Z. So while doing the process, I decided to make a serif font, and I think I'm gonna call it Times Nick Roman. I know it's a very bad rip-off name for a font, but I don't want to spend so much time thinking of what name to call this font because it's just for personal use, so I could name it whatever I want. Now let's move on to step number 2, which is to transfer your lettering digitally. So since my font is going to have letters in raster format, not vector, so I'm going to scan my work, then transfer it to Photoshop. You can skip step number 2 if you did your letters digitally. So now let's move on to the next step, which is to separate each letter individually. So if you're using Photoshop, you need your letters to be on separate layers, and then you you have to make sure that the background is transparent. I'll tell you what software and what plugin I use to create the font, and then I'm going to show you the entire process on next week's video. Be sure to subscribe so that you won't miss out on part 2 of this video. Go smash that like button and comment down below if you have any questions. That's it for now. I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!